Now, I just wanted to give you a... Well, nobody's talked about classifications of dyslexia. I don't think this is in your handout that you've got in there. So, I quite like the Boder classification, which came out in 1973, so it's not new. But for me, it describes the difficulties you see when somebody's trying to read. So we've got the top group here, the auditory, the dysphonetic group. Clearly, these are the children that have difficulty with the grapheme-phoneme link. These two letters together make this sound. And for the children, this is a difficult link to make because the parts of the brain that should be linking these things up may not be talking to each other very well. The visual or the dyseidetic, I want to make it clear that visual problems do not mean you've got visual dyslexia. Okay? A visual dyslexia is, for me, when a child or an adult makes the common mistakes of misidentifying words visually. So the fors and ofs, the was and saws, and now you know hundreds of examples, but when you try and think of them on the spot, you forget. That's a visual dyslexia because they are misseeing the word that's there in front of them. I do not mean that anybody I see with a visual difficulty or a mechanical problem or orthoptic problem has visual dyslexia. Okay, that's slightly different. And then we have this mixed group. Now, just from a proportionate point of view, probably just to have this domain affected, about 20% of poor readers fall into this category. 20% in here, but by far the largest group are this group, which are the 60% group. So this is people who have both the visual system affected in terms of how you sight words and how you identify a word repeatedly. And if you can't identify it because you don't know what it looks like, you then have to sound it out. The majority of dyslexic children have both difficulties, which means that that's one of the reasons why they don't progress with their reading so quickly. And this is an optometrist in America. He comes up with this fourth kind. I just put this in to dysnemkinesia. Okay, this is the ones that the clumsy children with motor problems as well. You might be better to call them dyspraxics, but he's come up with his own word.